the student? What is their why? And connecting the instruction to their why. Hello, this is Dr. Jeff Kim, and in any one of my classes, I might have some students who have special needs and they'll have IEPs, and as a teacher, definitely I'm wanting to look at that and then provide the accommodations. And then when I see the accommodations, I'm like, wow, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. So very frequently, whenever I see IEPs, I find that I'm doing most of those things already. And how is that possible? How is that possible that even before I receive the IEP in my own instruction and my instructional design, all those accommodations are already in place in advance? And that's a part of great universal design for learning. When we're supporting our students with the greatest needs, it's not just supporting our students with the needs, right? It's supporting all our students and is paving the way for all our students. So today I want to talk a little bit about the new guidelines for universal design for learning. They talk about design multiple means of engagement, design multiple means of representation, and designing multiple means of action and expression. But sometimes when I frame it that way, it's a little bit confusing for me. So maybe I'm going to apply a little bit of UDL to myself. I'm going to go heart, mind, hands. So let's go ahead and begin with heart. So thinking about what is it that matters to the student? What is their why? And connecting the instruction to their why by focusing on what it is that they're interested in, their identity. And as they progress along the journey, giving the appropriate amount of feedback and support so that they're going to have that sustained effort and persistence. And then, of course, maybe some opportunities to even discuss feelings, like how they're feeling at various moments, and then also being proud of yourself at the very end. That's something I've struggled with in the past in my instruction, where at the end of a module, giving students space to say, I'm proud of myself for what I've done. But that's very important for developing that kind of engagement and connecting to the heart of the student. Now let's move to the mind. And as I say mind, I'm talking about the five C's. Communication, collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, compassion. So using all those soft skills for students to either receive and also share what they know, their story, using their communication, all their different languages. It could be individual or collaborating with others, using their critical thinking, being creative in the way that they decide to show what they know, providing all that space for representation of what they know. So engaging their mind with the 5 C's, that's number 2. Now moving on to 3 is action and expression. So I talked about the heart, then I talked about the mind. Let's give them something to do with their hands now, something they're gonna take out there. So I always like my work to not just be purely academic, but I hope that there's some type of action component that's connected with their learning. So a way for them to maybe tell their story, or even better yet, do something good with their stories. So embedded in oftentimes my project-based learning or work that I'm providing for students so that they can show what they know, creating that space where there's authentic audience, whether it's other peers in the class, so they're giving feedback to other peers, or outside of the classroom as well. That kind of interaction is so important, expression, communication, and then of course maybe could lead to culminating events that they could not have done on their own, but could because of the planning that was scaffolded in advance with others. So an example of that could be a resilience night. So when they worked on a project where they had a chance to tell their story through ethnographies, eventually then it led to that resilience night where they had the chance to showcase their work to their families and communities, bringing communities together. So UDL, an important part of lesson design, I like to think of it as heart, mind, hands.